Okay, so today we're in for an interesting video. The other day I was thinking about Shawn Mendes. I used to be obsessed with Shawn Mendes. I had his house pinpointed on Google Maps, which I still do. I literally went through all of his vines, watched them, and figured out which house was his. Creepy, I know, but I did it. I also wrote a fan fiction about Shawn Mendes on Wattpad when Wattpad was like a big thing. This was March 7th, 2014. So this is freaking 4 years ago. It currently has 4.8 thousand views or reads on Wattpad, and it has a couple comments. Let's just read the comments. Update. Can you actually make a name for the character? Well, the character was myself, so.
It's amazing, absolutely incredible. Please make another one.
I love this so much. So good. You're so cute. You should sing with Shawn with me.
So yeah, let's just get on into reading this. It's gonna be cringy. It's called Can I Kiss You? A Shawn Mendes fanfiction. You've been waiting for this day for months. You had your VIP tickets and were extremely anxious. The day had finally come. The day you got to meet the boy you fell in love with after watching a 6-second vine of him singing. It was here. In less than 12 hours, you were going to be able to have your arms wrapped around his muscular body. You might even get to give him a kiss for a picture. You texted your 2 girlfriends who were also going to the event. You were discussing what you were going to wear that night. It was a warm summer day, so you decided to go with a cute pair of short shorts and a Shawn Mendes baseball tee that you would order off the Magcon website. I have that at home, currently not here. You had curled your hair in ringlets because that's what you thought looked best. You also secretly wanted to impress the boys with your pretty curls. Your girlfriends all wore pretty dresses and their hair was perfectly pinned straight. After you were done getting ready, you left the hotel room to go hang out in the lobby in hopes to see the boys possibly walking around. You had been playing on your phones while sitting in the lobby when you thought you saw feet coming towards you. You didn't want to seem paranoid, so you kept your head down staring at your phone screen. Then a body came and sat beside you. You didn't look to see who it was as you just assumed it was a stranger. The person slowly and discreetly leaned over out of curiosity to see what you were so interested in on your phone. You were watching vines of Shawn Mendes while quietly singing along. The person had a giant smirk on his face now. He reached his hand out and it landed on your shoulder. You immediately look up just to find yourself staring deep into a boy with beautiful brown eyes. I wonder who it is. It was Shawn Mendes. The boy you dreamt about every night. The boy you told your friends that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with. The boy that your parents told you would never notice you even existed. It was that boy. Which, side note, he followed me on my fan account on Twitter, so he knows I exist. It was also 4 years ago, so. You had been sitting there speechless, staring into his eyes for almost a minute now. He ended the moment of glaring with a shake of his head and a smile. You smiled back and laughed. He finally spoke and said, "Hey, I saw you sitting here and I wanted to tell you that you were beautiful." You blushed and then a great big grin had landed across your face. "Thank you so much, haha," you replied. "No problem. What's your name, beautiful?" I put Y/N, which is your name. You answered, "Well, Kate, do you and your friends want to join the boys and I on stage tonight?" You calmly said, "We would love to." In your head you were thinking, all caps, "Oh my god, it's fucking Shawn Mendes and he's fucking talking to me and looking at me and oh my god, I must be dreaming." But on the outside you were calm and cool. "Great. Also, could I grab your number so I can text you when we want you to come on stage?" Shawn said with a smile. "Of course," you replied. You gave Shawn your phone so you could put his number in your phone, while he gave you his to put in yours. He finished and gave you back your phone and you did the same. You looked at your contacts to see that he put himself in there as Shawn my babe, with the heart eye emoji beside it. You giggled and looked up at him, also giggling. You thought he would leave now because he had to get to the event room to go for a sound check with all the other boys. But instead he invited you and your friends to go watch the boys during their sound check. You were all happy about this and quickly nodded heads and followed Sean into the event room. 9 other boys came running towards you, Sean and you, and your friends. It was Cameron, Nash, Taylor, Jack G, Jack J, Aaron, Jacob, Matt, and Carter. Who was an asshole, by the way. I met him. Not nice. Your friends were freaking out because they all had huge crushes on the boys. You looked up at Sean to see him looking back at you with a smile on his face. Your friends were all taking quick selfies with each of the boys, which you wanted to do also, but you looked back at Sean and saw him make a "come here" motion with his fingers. You went over to him and he started to sweet talk you. He cupped his hands around your cheeks and leaned in and said, "I don't know what it is, but there's something about you that I can't stay away from. Maybe it's your big, beautiful blue eyes, or your long, beautiful, dirty blonde hair. Maybe it's your smile or the way your eyes light up when I look at you. I don't know what it is, but I need it. I need you. I know we just met, but I really like you, Kate." You blushed, smiled, and giggled and replied with, "I really, really like you too, Sean." Why am I getting like giddy? This is like making me giddy. This is bringing back memories. I'm like, my eyes are watering right now. Whew. I love your smile, your personality, your shyness, and I especially love your lazy eye. Oh God. You said with a giggle. The smile on his face was as big as you've ever seen it. Sean leaned in a little closer and softly whispered, "Can I kiss you?" Slowly biting your lip, you nodded your head in approval. Sean leaned in the last little bit so that he could finally meet his lips with yours. You kissed for a few seconds, then Sean gently pulled your body closer to his. Sean made the first move and slowly stuck his tongue in your mouth. You did the same! Bitch, what the fuck? What? You guys made out for about 5 minutes until Cameron spotted you two and came running over to tell Sean he had to go on stage for a sound check. You and Sean hugged quickly, and then Sean ran to the stage with Cameron with a big smile on his face. Cameron nudged Sean. Then you saw him lean over towards Sean and whisper. You couldn't hear, but you suspected nothing of it. Cameron whispered to Sean, "Zam, bro, she's hot." Good job, man. He knuckle punched Sean. Sean blushed and laughed. He looked back at you and winked. You ran back over to your friends, who were freaking out because they didn't know where you had gone. "I was over there talking to Sean, don't worry," you reassured them. They let out a sigh of relief. You all headed over to the stage to watch the boys sound check. The whole time Sean kept staring at you, admiring your beauty, smiling and blushing. After the sound check, Sean came down from the stage and gave you another big hug. He then grabbed your hand and held it tightly. He looked down at your face and said, "We have to go meet all those other girls now. I want you to come with us." You smiled and walked hand in hand with Sean while the other boys made jokes at him. You both laughed at what they were saying. When you got to the room where they were doing the meet and greet, Sean had to let go of your hand, although he didn't want to. After the meet and greet, it was time for all the boys to go on stage. You and your friends were in the row closest to the stage because Sean wanted you near him. Sean texted you about an hour into it saying, "Babe, come up. I'm going to be singing soon and I want to sing a song for you." You and your friends went behind the stage and quietly went and sat beside Sean. Mahogany was DJing amazingly, and finally she had put on your favorite song, "Talk Dirty" by Jason Derulo. You looked over at Sean, telling him that he had to get up and dance with you because this was your jam. Sean has never really been into dancing, but he got up anyways and danced with you. You both danced with all the boys and laughed the whole time. When it was time for Sean to perform, he started off by saying, "I dedicate this song to a very special girl on stage with me tonight." He looked over at you and smiled. He started to play a song on his guitar. It was "Just the Way You Are" by Bruno Mars. Sean was looking at you directly in the eyes the whole time. You felt so special. Your dreams were finally coming true. You couldn't believe how lucky you had gotten. You couldn't help but sing along since you loved to sing. Sean noticed you singing along and asked him to come over and sing with him. You've always had very bad stage fright. This is true, I have. But for some reason, when you were with Sean, all that stage fright went away. You sang with Sean for a few songs and sat back down because you were tired. It had been a long, action-packed day and you were ready to go to bed as soon as the boys were done on stage. When the boys finished, Sean noticed that you looked sleepy. So he invited you back into his hotel room that he was sharing with Cameron and Nash. Your friends went back to your room while you went to Sean's. Nash and Cameron hadn't made it back to the room yet, so it was just you and Sean. Sean turned on the TV, then jumped on his bed because he was also very tired. He invited you on the bed with him. You went and lay down beside him on the bed, tucked in under the covers. Sean played with your hair while you watched TV. You would catch yourself falling asleep, bobbing your head, so you tried to stay awake, but you were too tired. You fell asleep cuddling next to Sean. He noticed that you had fallen asleep, so he got closer to you and wrapped his arm around you and kissed you goodnight. He remained snuggled up to you the rest of the night. At around 2 a.m., Nash and Cameron crept quietly into the hotel room as they thought Sean would be sound asleep. They saw that you were fast asleep, cuddled beside him, so instead of waking you two up, they quietly went in their own beds and played on their phones until they fell asleep. In the morning, Sean woke you up by a kiss on the cheek and said, "And a good morning, beautiful." You smiled and replied back, "Morning, handsome." He smiled brightly and mentioned for you to get out of bed and go get breakfast with him. He walked you over to the closest Tim Hortons. You and Sean were both Canadian, so you both loved Timmy's. He ordered your food and took it over to the nearest clean table. You both sat and ate. He was devouring his yogurt and berries while you were sipping your apple cider. Sean paused and put down his food and looked up at you. He said, "Babe, last night was perfect. You're perfect." Kate, I know this sounds cheesy, but whenever I look at you, I can't help but have the biggest smile on my face. You make me so happy. I wanted to ask you something. Before he could say another word, you leaned over the table and gave him a kiss and said, "Ask anything." "I wanted to know if you wanted to be my girlfriend," he said with a smile. You replied with a yes and went and sat on his lap to give him a big hug and kiss. It happened. It finally happened. Your dreams, no longer dreams, but reality. You were so happy and your face had clearly shown it. You could tell that Sean was very pleased as well. You sat there together, hand in hand, staring deeply into each other's eyes. And that was it. That's the end of it. And then for like a little side note at the end. Okay, I don't know if that was a good way to end it or if I should write another one about Sean taking you to meet his family. Not sure. This is my first fan fiction and I'm actually pretty proud of it. This was actually a dream that I had a few nights ago about Sean. It was perfect. I hope you enjoyed. Leave comments down below if I should continue this. Thank you so much for reading. Kate. Okay, so, yeah, I don't even know what to say. That was my 30 fan fiction featuring Shawn Mendes. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I don't really have anything else to say other than I still love Shawn Mendes, but not in the same way. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Mwah. Peace! I just was doing a little searching on my profile on Wattpad, and I did a part 2 of this Can I Kiss You, Shawn Mendes. It's a little bit shorter, but I did part 2. If you guys want me to read that as well, let me know, and I will do that for another video because I'm sure it's funny. Thank you guys. Peace.